one child. Multi-level means there would be a grandparent, then grandparent to the parent, and from parent to the child. That would be multi-level. And we have hierarchical also. That where one parent have multiple childs, that would be called hierarchical. But we haven't discussed about the multiple inheritance, and we'll keep it aside as of now. So today from Eclipse we'll see how it works, how it happens, what happens when we inherit the things, how it behaves. Okay. So one second, let me share my screen. Let me know once it is visible.
Yes, Hamta.
Okay. So what we have said that, so always remember inheritance as a set. Okay, like set means, like, I'll show you one second. So this is the parent. Okay, so this is whatever the parent has a capability of. So if child is inheriting the parent, so child has to be a bigger side of it. That means all the properties of parent would be inside the child, and child may have its own, right? As I said, it may have or may not have. So child will always have a scope as same as parent at least, and it may be bigger also, because child will get everything from parent, and it may have or may not have its own. So child will always have the scope which is bigger. Now, so with a single parent, so what is happening till now? With a single level, with a single level, we got one parent to one child. And we said, boss, one parent to one child means I'm going with a single level inheritance. This parent, whatever has to offer, this child has got it. This was the single level. Then we came with multi-level. Multi-level means I have the grandparents. From there I have got the parents, and then from there I have got the childs. So this child would be the much bigger scope. Why? Because grandparent has two things. The parent got all these two here, plus maybe parent had their own of three things. Now all this come together and child gets five, and it may or may not have anything at the last as a child. So this is called multi-level inheritance. So what I'm saying, for any particular child class, the scope would be the highest. That it can get a coverage or whatever the things you need. Maybe you need something from parent, you need something from the grandparent. Everything is available in the child. So the child class has the biggest scope here. And like that, we have the hierarchical also, that there, sorry, hierarchical also, where there is one parent, and from there might be multiple childs extending to it. So child 1, child 2, child 3, even I gave you example like cars to Mercedes, Lamborghini, Audi, everyone. So this was the basics. Now we have one more, which is, I want to talk about it right now only, which is multiple inheritance, and it is huge topic for Java. Okay, huge. We are gonna just start today, but we'll go very much in depth, then only we'll understand something. But it might be tomorrow when we are continuing this. So what is multiple inheritance? Multiple inheritance means you will have multiple parents. Parent 1, parent 2, and it would be inherited by single child. This is called multiple inheritance. So this is the definition of multiple inheritance, that when you have a multiple parents and one child class will be inheriting multiple parent class. Okay. But Java doesn't support it. Java says I'm not gonna support multiple inheritance. Why? There is some ambiguity problem. What is the ambiguity problem? Ambiguity problem is, just suppose uh, this particular parent one has a car which is in the red color. This parent two has a car which is in the blue color. Okay. Now child as a property will get both the cars, correct? He will get the car from the parent one, and he will get the car from parent two. But if someone asks the child, maybe I'm a friend of the child one, and I'm said, bring your car. So child one will always be in ambiguity, right? Which particular car, like he or she has to bring, correct? He might not know that he has to bring a red color car or he has to bring a blue color car. What the user is asking for. The child class or the subclass will never know from which superclass he has to take the reference for. And that is where the ambiguity comes. That's why multiple inheritance is not possible in Java. There is a bypass to it, and we'll come to that later. But multiple inheritance, if anyone asks you, like when you would be saying example that what are the different types of inheritance, so it's always better that when you are saying, boss, there is four types of inheritance we have seen. One is single level, multi-level, then hierarchical, and then multiple. But multiple inheritance, in my knowledge, is not supported by Java. You have to mention that also. Okay. So attach this part when you are giving the answer or that how many what are the different types of inheritance you have seen in Java. Then
I'm
why
I'm sorry to
yeah,
interrupt. Amita. Can you repeat once multiple inheritance?
yeah, multiple, I'll come to that again, but if you want to repeat, this is a half thing I'm saying now, not the full thing. So multiple inheritance is not possible by Java because multiple inheritance means there would be two or more than one parent. Okay, so there might be two parents, three parents, doesn't matter. So just suppose for an example I have two parents and there is one child for those parents. Now the parent one has a car which is in red color, and the other parent has a car which is in the blue color. Now the user wants the subclass to get a car. Okay, so the child particularly would be little bit in ambiguity, right? Which car the user asks from which parent he has to get, the red one or the blue one. And that's where this ambiguity comes, and that's why Java says I'm not going to support the multiple inheritance. So how Java handles it, how it works, all these things we're going to discuss again. Like we'll come back tomorrow on this topic again and we'll go in a huge depth how it happens. But for today, because we are learning all the inheritance types, so what are the different inheritance? Single level, it's very easy. Multi level, it's also easy. Hierarchical, we have seen. Now multiple inheritance, which is something where a particular child will have more than one parent, and there is an ambiguity for the child. There is a chance of having ambiguity that both the super classes has the same method. Both the, like I have a sum method in this class, I have a sum method in this class, and if I want to call the sum method here in this child class because both got inherited, which particular sum has to come is an ambiguity for the child. That's why Java says I'm not gonna support the multiple inheritance. That's what I'm saying. If the interviewer asks that what are the different types of inheritance you have worked with, so you can say single level, multi-level, hierarchical, multiple inheritance. But Java doesn't support multiple inheritance. Please mention this line too. And why it's important to mention this line? It's something which we say that driving the interview in our favor. Why? So interviewer will get triggered and will get interest on your last line. You haven't given the information why not possible, how you ever handle it, nothing, right? So interviewer will ask those questions to you and you already know the answer. So this is the way you drive interview in your code, giving halfway answer so that interviewer asks you the another part of the question. Anyhow, these things will come later. So this is what was multiple inheritance. So let's see now how you want to do the inheritance. One second. Oh, pass. No, let's not give because I need a parent. So I have created a class a parent. Okay. Now inside this class I'll create some methods. Public void some so so I have created a parent class. Now I have three methods inside it. So I'm creating another class which should be called child. Let's go ahead with child one. Now what I have said, there is a keyword, right? Extends parent. So I've given extends parent, correct? Now you can see, right? If I give control space, mult sub sum, and it's saying that it's coming from the parent, correct? Am I audible or you guys have slept already?
It's audible, Anta.
Audible,
Then
sir.
that's
Audible.
Yes.
okay. So you guys are getting it, right? What I'm saying.
Yes,
So
yes, Anta.
when you
Yes.
are
Yes.
when you are when you are extending, I'm
Yes, sir.
saying that all the parent methods are coming to the child also and it's accessible. So just suppose I want to call this method sum, and you can see the sum method has come here. Okay.
Super.
So yeah, someone was saying about a lot of things about super and this. Today is your lucky day. Wait, let me call everything. No, 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 no. Control space. Yeah. So you have got the methods here from the parent. Now, few things to observe here. Okay. What are the things to observe here? First, we have called the method and they are coming from the parent as I have shown you from that control space list, right? What is available for the class. That it was coming from the class of parent. But if you notice carefully, when we are calling, just suppose we have called this method, we are getting something called override. What is this override? Plain English meaning. What is override?
Replaced with already something is there that has to be replaced with another one. We can call it as an override, Amitabh.
Okay. Okay. So override means that something is already there and you are getting a chance to like to write a new rule on top of it or to add something to it. It's there is a chance of it. Like you can basically what I used to say in my learning days, this override basically means overwrite. Okay. So you are getting a chance to overwrite the parent one. Now you will say, boss, what are you saying? You said that everything I'll be getting from parent. So how can I change something what parent has to offer? Right? You may have this doubt. So it's not something changeable. It's an option. Okay. Like I got a car from my parent, a red colored car. And for me, the red color is too eye catchy. So I can change the color, right? At least. I'm not changing the car. I have a car still. I may change the inner decoration. I may change the dashboard or the screen display. I can change those things, right? I can modify my car. So it's something that you may or may not change. It's an option. So basically, whenever you get any access of method from the parent, the child has an option to override it, and any methods comes with this override tag. That's why it's annotation. It's called annotation. So whatever you see with at the rate sign in the uh, coding, it would be called as annotation. So this annotation of override helps you to get the parents method in the child class and rewrite them if needed. That's why I used to call override as overwrite. Okay, you may remember like this if you want. That's your choice. So it's something overwriting capability. Okay. So you are saying, boss, now with this override, I can write this method again. Can I? Of course you can. I can add something more here. See, so this is some method from child. So now what is happening? So now I added few things. It's something like that. I said I got whatever the parent has to offer, and I'm just adding up something of my child. Now you may ask, where is the parent one? The parent one had a CISO. Why are you getting the parent one? The parent implementation I can't see at all, right? So one second, let's create a main method and let's create a object for this because these are non-static methods, right? Hopefully I don't have to explain these things anymore. Why I'm creating a object and then why I'm writing. You can see it's saying that this sum method is coming from child one, right? The child one you can see right here. So I'm calling this sum method, nothing else. So first let's comment this out. Okay, I haven't done anything. So it's basically okay. Let's delete this part to be honest. So it's basically what I have got from while overriding this. Okay. So if I run this, see it's saying this is a sum method from parent. If you remember, this is the CISO of this class, right? This is some method from parent. How I'm getting this in the child? That means I got the parent implementation, right? How I'm getting the parent implementation? By this keyword of super. Super keyword helps to get the implementation of the parent class. How it is helping? See again. So with the override, I have the same method access. Method, this method name means I have got a car. Okay. From the parent, I have got a car. Parent had a car, I have got a car. Same thing, public void sum. It's the outer shell of the car. Now, what would be the inside of the car? As of now, I have the parent implementation. That's why it's saying super. It's something of coming from the super class, right? So super dot sum method. This is the sum method. That means was sum method implementation of the super class is coming here. Now I don't want the parent implementation. I want to totally change. Just the outer shell would be there, but I want to totally change the parent implementation. I don't need that. So I have implemented something of my own and I have commented the super control S. Now if I run this, you will see the parent implementation is gone because I have commented the super, only the child is there. Now I want to keep the both. Was I want to keep both parent and child both would be there. Then keep the super and then run it. See, both the implementations are coming. Are you guys even getting or everything is going above your head?
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
hi,
getting.
hello.
Yeah, Chinna.
Yeah. Override in the sense without disturbing the superclass functionality, we can put something on child functionality, right?
Override means that you are getting the access of the parent method. Okay. So when I am calling the parent methods, the override annotation is coming with it. Correct. Now the child is getting an option that he like the child may or may not modify what is the parent implementation is. Because see, when you are getting a house, you by default will get a house what your parent would be using, right? There would be no change at all. So whenever you are calling, that's why the super is coming by default. See, this method came with the super by default. Super will always come with along with it because it will give you what parent has to offer. You are extending. Parent will give everything to you. So super will always come to you. Now it's in your now I got everything here. I am the user. I'm the user of the child. So it depends on me. I want to keep the parent implementation for some method. I may not want to keep the parent implementation for some method. I want to modify it totally. It's up to me now. Getting my point?
Yeah. So which means we have a privilege that we can change the methods as well.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. You can change the methods as well by commenting
Uh,
out or removing out the super. Okay. then it's
Yeah.
totally changed. You have a privilege of that, but you can't, when you are getting the parent methods, you can't change this. That's what I'm saying. You are getting a house, the house is there. You can't change that, boss. Like, I don't want to even change it. Like, I don't even want to keep the sum.
Okay. Yeah. Got it. Thank you.
Any doubts, guys? Throw any doubts. Let's discuss on the doubts. Slowly it will get clear. Anyone? Any doubts? No doubts. You guys are understanding everything. Huh? So, okay, tell me. This override annotation clear? What is override doing here? Yes, no,
Yes, sir.
say it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Say it.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
This super keyword is clear.
Sir.
Yes. Yes.
Now, if you remember, I have said the child may or may not have its own, right? So I can have one more method which is public void division, right? So I'm writing one more method which is coming like from my own. Possible, right? No issues there.
Yes.
Parent give me some sub mult. I'm writing one method. Now, tell me one thing. Is it possible that uh, some of my parents' method I don't want to use? Like I want to remove this. So how it will work then? There is a parent method which is multiplication or mult. I haven't used it. So how it's okay then? How it's happening? That's my question.
So it can be through object.
Sorry? Just see, my question is very simple. My question is that when I'm extending a parent, as of now, with all the diagrams, whatever I've shown you, I have said that the whole parent will come to the child, correct?
Yes,
And
sir.
child will have, may or may not have some extra properties of its own. That's what the
Yes.
concept is. Now I'm saying that I am extending the parent, but I have only implemented two methods here, sum and sub. And this is child's own, right? So what happened to the mult method? Is mult method accessible to this child or not? That's my
Yes, sir.
first question.
Accessible.
Yes, yes,
Accessible.
we can access it
It's
Accessible.
accessible to
Access
override method.
accessible to
because it's
override the method.
already inherited, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Someone was saying something all because it's already inherited. Continue.
Yes.
So it's
Acquiring
already
all
inherited.
properties and methods in parent class to child class, we can access the all methods into properties in child class.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, Mohana, go ahead.
Yeah, same thing, Amitabh. It's already inherited, right? So we can access, I think, multiple method.
We can access. We have seen that here. We have an option to access the mult, right? My
Yeah,
question is, can child use the multiplication method for an output?
yeah, I think yes. I can.
Yes, sir. It's
Yeah,
used.
yes, we can use.
We
Okay.
can use.
Okay, okay. My question
Yes,
is
sir.
for others. I'm repeating my question again. What I'm saying that the child have extensively called the two methods sum and sub. Okay, sum subtraction, multiplication the child hasn't called. It shows that the child may not have it. But if needed, can child use the output of multiplication? That's my question. If needed, can is the multiplication method, if I give here obj dot, can I see the multiplication method? Yes or no?
Yes, Amitabh, it can
Yes,
be
sir.
accessible through object.
Can access object.
Okay, anyone like saying it like it's not accessible? Anyone saying that it's not accessible? Everyone is saying it's accessible. Okay, let's see. So if I give obj dot, you can see the mult here, correct?
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah. Now what will happen? Because if I haven't given any implementation here, or I haven't called the mult, so if I execute this, what will happen? It will just directly call the parent. It doesn't matter, right? Because I haven't called the method. That means I haven't given any concentration to change it. That's the basic point. So whatever the parent has, it will directly come to the output. Getting my point, right? I'll be calling the methods here with the override only when I need to change something inside them. I want to have a child implementation inside them. Or else, whatever I have, parent can directly call it, right? I can call it from the parent. Getting my point?
Yeah, yeah, Amita.
Yes,
Yes,
Samita.
Samita.
Like here, the mult method is not called in child, right? Correct?
Yes.
It is directly calling from parent.
Yes. So it's directly coming from parent implementation, parent
Yes.
class. And we'll be calling, so remember these things also. This is also something of we say as coding standards. So for the coding standards, we say don't call everything out in the child. Only call those methods which you need to modify. If you call everything, your class will look huge after a certain time. Because here I am using 3 methods. Some of the class may have 50 or 60 methods. So among those 50 or 60 methods, you may need to modify only 2 or 3 methods. Just call 2 or 3. That's enough, because all other things are accessible, right? And if you are not modifying, that goes with the presumption that you want to use the parent implementation. Correct?
Yeah. If we keep on using it, won't come under code reusability.
Yes, correct. One second, guys. Cool. So now I have a final question for the day. So now tell me, so I have created an object for the child one, right? So we know this is the object for the child one class with the help of child one constructor acquiring memory with the name of object. Correct?
Yes, Samita. Yeah.
So
Yes.
how this child one constructor even knows that there are, sorry, I have given the answer. Okay. My question was how this object knows that there are methods coming from the parent.
Because we have used extend keyword right on top of class.
Constructor have all the informations like what are the methods and data members are there.
Correct. And that's why I said I gave the answer. So when we are creating the object, this child one constructor already knows that it got extended, right? And that's how it already has a knowledge. Boss, there are 3 methods waiting outside which came from your parents' property. So those are already there. Now you write anything in this class, those would be extra of your own. So when this child one was helping to create the memory for this child one class, so this constructor also gave the information about those parent class also, right?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
that's how this obj is accessing all those parents. Cool. So I want you guys, so this was a single level inheritance. Okay. So I have a stand up little bit early. That's why I'm getting the ping continuously. So I would suggest, can you guys do a practice for all others hierarchical? Like you create one parent from their multiple childs, see how you can change it. Okay, change the implementation, use the super keyword sometimes, do a multi-level and do a multiple also and see what the error you are getting for multiple. Like if we want to try to even do multiple here also, I'll just show you how the error would be. You can see, right? There is an error coming here.
Yes.
2 parents, it can't take. So Just don't have to practice the multiple. I don't want to confuse or give a wrong concept reading some document. So better just practice the other two. Single level we have practiced here already. Practice the multi level and practice the hierarchical. Okay, and we'll just see it. And tomorrow we're gonna discuss multiple. And multiple is a huge topic. It may take 2 days even. So we're gonna start with the multiple. Okay.
Okay.
So any question till now? So we have learned something today, that is override annotation and super keyword, and how the parent methods are accessible for the child, right? And even though we don't implement some of the parent methods, it doesn't mean implementation means changing something. So if I'm not changing, we don't need to implement. Here the sub methods, no need to keep it here. That's it. This would be the clean code for you. Clear?
Yeah, it's
Yes,
clear.
Amita.
Okay. So we'll discuss the multiple tomorrow, and we'll enter a huge topic tomorrow. That's very important. Cool. And most probably from next Monday, I'll also say in the group maybe. So from next Monday, I want to transfer this class to